Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Outside on a hot, sunny summer afternoon, middle of July, middle of Florida. I don't know if you can see my thermometer here. It's got a lot of glare on it. It's well over 90 degrees. Feels like 102 or something. So we need a nice summer beer. So went back to one I had like, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. From my old home state of New York, Brooklyn Brewery, Summer Ale. Sunny Pale Ale, 5% ABV, and it's made in Brooklyn and Utica, which is Saranac. Although this is the thing about season creep. Look at the canning date on here, January 31st, which means it's almost 6 months old when I'm drinking this. So anyway, speaking of the old days, I pour it into my old Chad's Beer Reviews tumbler, and it's like a like a golden color. Actually, it kind of seems to have, well, you can't really see it on the video, but it seems to glow a little bit, like with the sun. Get a big kind of soap sudsy head. Most of it has dissipated by now. It's so old, it's oxidized. To me, it just smells like lemon lollipops. Yeah, classic oxidation. I mean, if you want to know what oxidation smells like, just grab one of these. Make sure it was canned in January, and you'll know. So, yeah, I mean, it smells very lemony, kind of citrusy. I mean, to the non, you know, discerning palate, they might just think this is, oh, it's just, lemony hops or something, or just, yeah, it has like a nice kind of citrusy smell to it. But all I smell is old beer. Yeah. All right, let's dive in here. Cheers. Tastes pretty much the same as it smells. Oxidized lemon lollipop. I mean, on one hand, I mean, it's not that it's terrible. It's certainly not terrible. Um, I mean, if you like the taste of lemon lollipop, I'm sure this would be right up your alley. Uh, but it also is like a little, for such a light beer, relatively speaking, it is like a little, like almost like cloying sweet. Because I'm getting, oxidized beer. I'm getting, I mean, maybe citrusy hops or something. A little bit of like a caramel kind of malt to it. They're calling this it just says Sunny Pale Ale. I believe the original version was like a British Golden Ale, which is kind of like the British equivalent of American Pale Ale, not 100% the same. To me, I guess this could go either. I mean, it just depends on. I mean, they don't really. They're not marketing it as British Golden Ale, so I'm not going to worry about it. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess you would, if I had to put it under anything, it'd either be Pale Ale or probably Blonde Ale would be more appropriate. I will say it does have, for me, a noticeable amount of hops, a noticeable amount of bitterness. I didn't. I should have looked it up on Untapped. I mean, I assume this is probably under 30 IBUs. If it's more than 30, I'd be really surprised. I mean, because it's got enough bitterness to notice, enough like kind of citrusy hop flavor to notice. I think they're going. I mean, like it says on the can, floral. So they're probably going for like more like florally, flower, perfumey type hops than like West Coast IPA type hops. Yeah, and I probably wouldn't really call it refreshing. This is 5% ABV, which is actually for me that seems strong for summer beer. I feel like summer beer should be like under 5%. Um, because this has a I mean, I would say it finishes more sweet than dry. It doesn't finish bone dry like maybe like a Brit beer or something, but um, yeah, it has like this kind of like starchy, kind of malty aftertaste. So it's not really refreshing me. And I don't think beer can ever be as refreshing as like water or a Gatorade or something. It's just, you know, malt has a sweet residual aftertaste, hops have a bitter dry aftertaste. I will say the drinkability on it is pretty nice. I probably put it about medium light body and probably moderately high carbonation. Always the inverse, you know, body to carbonation thing. It's pretty smooth. I mean, I wouldn't call it crisp. I mean, it's not like super effervescent, but yeah, it's smooth. It goes down really easy. But yeah, to me, it's not really refreshing because it has a lingering aftertaste. Like to me, a refreshing beer is something with like no aftertaste, which I think like every beer has like some aftertaste, at least a little. Even like Coors Light or something like that will have like something of an aftertaste. But yeah, this is no challenge to drink. Um, I'm just like disappointed that this can is coming up on 6 months old. Like this is the problem with season creep. Don't get me on my soapbox here, but like they're making a summer beer in January, which means they probably started brewing it like around Christmas, and it was canned at the end of January. Like this is ridiculous. So like, don't even bother making the summer beer until March at least. I mean, I guess maybe if this was exclusively for Florida, like maybe this was sitting on the shelf at the beer store since February, I could kind of see that because like we have never-ending summer in Florida. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is a kind of lame beer. Mostly, I'm just annoyed that it's just oxidized and like that's all I can taste on it. I'd love to try like a fresh version, but I mean, it's not super exciting. I don't think it's supposed to be. It's just supposed to be pretty pedestrian supermarket beer consumer type demographic. So, um, I'm gonna go pretty low on this one. I'm gonna say I think it's like a 5.5, maybe 6 tops. I mean, I'm kind of splitting hairs here, but it's just it's not so much bad as it is boring, and it's just oxidized as hell. So yeah, so 5.5 for Brooklyn Summer Ale. Next year I'll try to get it fresh in February, and we'll see if there's a difference. So anyway, I'm rambling. If you watch all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys for Tuesday Night Beer School. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.